Hello everybody, this is Tony Mitchell, Director of Field Relations for Novacera North America, and it is with great honor and excitement that I'm presenting to you the Lifetime Rewards Plan from Novacera today. Some of you might refer to this as a compensation plan, a bonus plan, a marketing plan. We believe that as you see the many benefits that this plan has to offer, you too will also consider it a Lifetime Rewards Plan. During this presentation, you'll see us referring to what we often call a one-sheet plan overview. That's the little document you see on the right of your screen right there. What we love about this format and this document is that it clearly depicts the requirements in the rewards plan as well as all of the lucrative rewards. And so if you haven't downloaded this PDF yet, we'd highly recommend you pause the video right now, download the PDF, because you may find it very beneficial to refer to this document as we're going through this video. So again, it does very clearly illustrate the requirements and the rewards of the plan. So great document to have, and something that you'll probably be referring back to as you're growing your Novacera business. One of the things that is truly remarkable about Novacera's Lifetime Rewards Plan is the fact that it really does have something to offer for anyone of any skill level with any set of goals that they're looking to achieve with Novacera. And in this diagram that we have here on the screen, it kind of shows you the 8 ways that you can earn with Novacera, and when each one of those different bonus types or those earnings types, incentives, kick in, and you can clearly see that from day one, you can kind of see the bar in blue there, getting started. From day one, you have the ability to start earning with Novacera. And then as you grow and build your business and meet other milestones in your business, there's other compensation types that kick in. And we have a very, very, very strong set of leadership components as well, that as you advance your business to the senior leadership levels, there is plenty to offer there. So great plan. And we're going to go through and talk about this plan in detail. And also, first up, we're going to explain to you very clearly what the plan requirements are. And what this means, requirements might seem like a scary word, but this is just basically your set of guidelines, your roadmap, so to speak, of what you need to achieve within your Novacera business to reach the goals, whether it be just recognition goals or earnings goals, whatever your goals are. These are your rule sets, and this is your roadmap in what you need to do to achieve that. We've been talking a little bit about achievement, and so before we dig into the nitty-gritty details of the actual requirements themselves, we'd love to just show you basically how these advancement titles or ranks are laid out within the Novacera Lifetime Rewards Plan, and how we kind of categorize them and why. You can kind of see along the left there, in the gray boxes over along the left side. These are some of the different requirements or the different milestones that you need to achieve in your business in order to advance to the next rank. Along the top, you see a series of ranks starting with affiliate. Within Novacera, we're all considered affiliates, and as you advance, you achieve different titles. And it goes from affiliate to senior affiliate all the way up to national marketing director. Now you'll notice that there's basically 3 different groupings of these advancement titles or the advancement ranks. We have our builders, which are affiliate, senior affiliate, and director ranks. What you'll notice is that each one of these color-coded groups of ranks have very similar requirements in order to achieve these ranks. And so as we move into the emerging leader ranks of Director 2 and Director 4, you'll notice that there's some additional requirements that are being added. It's very natural that as your business grows and different parts of the compensation plan are unlocked for you, that there are different requirements that you need to achieve within your business in order to qualify for the new types of payout or the expanded payout. And of course, with the senior leader levels, the same rules or the same pattern applies here, where these have a new set of requirements once you reach that level in your business. So that's kind of just to help you understand how the ranks are grouped and why they're grouped that way. It is really based around the new requirements that you need to achieve in order to advance into that group or to that rank level. Before we get into the details on each of the individual requirements, we like to share with you that getting started and launching your Novacera business is really easy. Not to say that there's not a significant amount of work required, but understanding it and the blueprint to launch your business is as simple as 3 easy steps. And who doesn't like 3 easy steps, right? The first step is what we call activate. And the activate step is performed easily by enrolling into Novacera. And when you go to enroll, if you haven't already, into Novacera, you're presented with 2 different enrollment routes or enrollment paths. We call one of those paths our ASP, which stands for Affiliate Starter Pack route. That's generally just a product purchase and an affiliate fee, and then you're in business, right? So I mean, it's generally with under $100 in order to get started with an ASP. The other type of enrollment route is what we call our ERA, and that stands for Elite Residual Advantage. And what that is it's for someone that's very business-minded. It's a pack that includes a sufficient amount of product to consume, to sample, and to share, and also to retail. Why that's important is that if you have a large warm market, or you have some marketing strategies in mind and how you're going to build your Novacera business, one of the most important things that you're going to need to have is product. And that's because we're a product company. So the ERA packs or the ERA packs are very, very good options for people that are business-minded and are looking to really start fast and reap some of the leveraged benefits of not only having product on hand, but also starting your business down that path. So activating starts with enrolling with either an ASP or an ERA, and then qualifying or keeping activated month after month involves setting up a monthly order, which is very customary for you to basically receive the product that you would normally consume on a monthly basis. What's also great about Novacera is we have a very, very, very strong customer model. We like to believe that we're a very customer-centric, customer-focused business, and our Lifetime Rewards Plan really incentivizes the development and the cultivation of customers. What's cool is that your customers, after you go and share and cultivate and grow a customer base that are buying directly from you or from the company, that you are reaping those benefits. And how you're doing that is your customers' orders can actually count as your orders. And we'll get into that here in a few seconds where you can understand that more clearly. The second step in launching your business is sharing, right? The way or the secret of growing your Novacera business is sharing it with everyone that you know, and sharing it with prospects, and really sharing the benefits of the amazing products that we have in our lineup, as well as the Lifetime Rewards Plan, as many people are money motivated and are looking for ways to supplement their existing income or replace that income. And so sharing is very important, and sharing occurs to 3 different main types of individuals. Customers, and those are people that are just paying at full retail. Preferred customers are retail customers that have been given a significant reduction in the price that they pay for setting up a monthly recurring order or a standing order with Novacera. And then, of course, affiliates, just as yourself, are business-minded individuals that are looking to leverage Novacera to build their business. And the last step of launching your business is qualifying. And there's really 2 things that you need to master or understand in terms of qualifying, and that's getting an active person on your left and an active person on your right. And again, you may be thinking, what's left and what's right? No problem. We'll be going into that in here in just a second. So just kind of put that in the back of your mind for now. And then achieving ERA status. That's a classification in our Lifetime Rewards Plan where once you've hit certain milestones in your business, you achieve ERA status. What's interesting is, if you remember, we talked about the ERA pack. That's another awesome benefit of the ERA pack, is that when you enlist or enroll with an ERA pack, you instantly have achieved that ERA status. So just something to consider as we're going through this plan. So activate, share, qualify. 3 easy steps to a great start. Let's dig in and talk about what activating means. Activating, we already kind of touched on this a little bit, so this will be a little bit of a review, is enrolling with an ASP or an ERA pack. Once you've made the decision to go ahead and launch your Novacera business, you've probably come in with one of those 2 packs. Put a check mark by that requirement, done. Monthly orders from customers or of your own, this is again to depict the requirement in the plan is to have 50 PV, which is just really remarkable. In this economy, some of the PV requirements in competing companies is very high, and we've been very, very conscientious of that and wanted to keep it at a level, this personal volume requirement at a level where it's attainable and achievable and maintainable by anybody. And we've even gone as far as to allow or include in our plan that as you cultivate a customer base, their orders on a monthly basis or even just a one-time basis count as volume for you. So volume in the sense of it's these purchases by your customers are almost as if you made those purchases yourself. So in order to achieve that 50 PV personal volume requirement, it's really as simple as just getting a couple of customers and their orders will qualify you in the plan. See how easy activation was? Well, let's go to the next step, which is sharing. We talked about this. 3 different types of individuals that you'll be sharing with. Customers, paid full retail price. Preferred customers, we talked about this, are individuals that want a reduced price, and we call that preferred customer pricing, and they are eligible for this pricing because they've agreed to set up a monthly or a standing order with Novacera. So they would set up an order for 2 bottles of MeDots a month, and every month it would come to them, and they would enjoy the preferred customer price for doing so. And then, of course, affiliates are individuals that are looking to build a business with Novacera, and these are individuals that have come in with either an affiliate starter pack, an ASP pack, or an elite residual advantage pack, or an ERA pack. Step 3, we talked about this a little bit, is to qualify. This is where you may need to rewatch this a few times to understand it. If you recall, we talked about a left team and a right team. We covered already that you as an individual need to qualify with 50 PV. Well, qualifying, or this step 3 in qualifying, is as easy as you personally enrolling. So what that means is that you have shared Novacera's products or opportunity with someone, and they have enrolled directly under you. And so they are your direct referral, and they would be placed on one of 2 teams. And we'll get into the team structures here in a second. But our core compensation structure type is what we call the perfect binary. And just like a bicycle has 2 wheels, your binary team also has 2 sides, a left and a right side. And so in order for you to qualify, if you directly and personally enroll someone on your left and they maintain a 50 PV qualification on a monthly basis through their own personal purchases, or remember, the purchases of their customers, then your left side is taken care of. And the same holds true for the right, that if you personally enroll, you need to personally enroll someone onto your right side of your perfect binary, and they need to maintain a 50 PV order in order for you to meet this requirement. If you're at 50 PV and you've got a personally enrolled on your left and your right, both at 50 PV, guess what? You get to put a check mark by this requirement as well. Achieving ERA status. We talked about this already in stating that if and when you choose to come and start your Novacera business with an ERA pack, these elite residual advantage packs, you have already achieved ERA status. So you can put a check mark by that requirement. However, if you don't necessarily want to come in, or you came in with an ASP pack and later down the road decide that you need to achieve that ERA status to advance to the next rank, there's a very we call it a performance path where you can achieve this status. And you can see that depicted here in the lower right hand of your screen. It's as simple as 50 PV via retail orders in 60 days, or 2,500 PV in affiliate orders within 60 days. And what's really cool about this 60 days is it's a rolling 60 days. And so it's not necessarily from the first 60 days in your business. It's just basically any window of 60 days. If you've achieved either of those 2 requirements, guess what? You have achieved ERA status. So, to this point, we have covered the personal volume requirement or PV requirement. We've covered the active perfect binary legs. Remember that's your left and your right at 50 PV each. We've talked about the ERA status. And so what do you say we dig in and talk about a couple more of these requirements? And so if you look at the requirements that we have covered, what you're going to see is that if you meet these requirements that we've talked about, you are qualified all the way up to the rank of director. And so if you're interested in moving to Director 2 level, then you're going to need to know about this next requirement, which is a Director leg requirement. But before we dig into that and really cover that, there's a little bit background information that we felt would be highly beneficial for you to really grasp the concept of what these Director leg requirements are, as well as the next requirement, which is the enrollment team volume. So let's dig in and talk about these teams. And again, this may seem like a lot of information to take in, and we apologize if it does. What we'd recommend is that you just take notes and possibly watch the video a couple of times, and we promise you that in going through this a couple of times and studying the one sheet, you'll master this in no time. Within Novacera, you have two different teams, and what we mean by this, if you recall, we already talked about the perfect binary team. And just like a bicycle has two wheels, a binary team only has two legs. And so there's a left leg and a right leg. There's another team that's called an enrollment team. And what an enrollment team is it's the individuals that you personally bring into the business. And so if you can imagine it, there is no limitation. There is nothing that says no within the Novacera Lifetime Rewards Plan that you can only personally enroll a certain number of people. That would just be silly. And so your enrollment team can be infinitely wide because these are people that are directly referred to the business by you. And so what I'm going to show you here is basically how, as each member you bring into the team, how they fall into your enrollment team as well as your perfect binary team. And you'll notice that there's a difference there. And this is an important difference to understand because the enrollment team is largely used for qualification, whereas the perfect binary team is used for compensation. So these are requirements generally, and these are rewards. So just to explain how this is going to work, you, imagine that's you right there at the top in the blue, you enroll Bev, right? And kind of how this color coding on here works to try to help bring some simplicity to it is because you are blue, you're going to notice that everyone that you bring into the business has a blue ring around it. Now, if Bev were to start enrolling, and we'll actually get to that here as we click through and show the team build, you'll see that instead of a blue ring around the circle, you'll see this hot pink color around the enrollments that Bev makes. So hopefully that makes sense. So let's go ahead. Now you enroll Cal, all right? And so now you can kind of see Bev and Cal, the team, the structures, your enrollment team and your perfect binary team look virtually the same at this point. But wait until we bring in our third person, Dan. Dan, again, was directly enrolled by you, but because each level in the perfect binary team can only have a left team and a right team, we've got to put Dan somewhere, right? So generally, the system fills left to right, top to bottom. You can also manually place people into specific locations if you want to do that, or you can have different automatic settings that will just help you build your team in a very balanced fashion. So you see Dan falls under Bev right here. Now you bring in Ed, right? So now, because we have two on the left, if I had an auto balancing set up on my perfect binary, then Ed is going to go over on the right. Oh, look. Now Bev, remember I talked about Bev doing some enrolling of her own? Well, Bev just brought in Flo. And as you can see, Flo is going to fall directly under Bev. And because Bev had an open position on her right, that's where Flo went. But now Flo falls under Bev over here in the enrollment team under Bev. I'm going to go a little bit quicker now. G-Dub comes in. You personally enrolled him. Fills in the next spot. Hal comes in. And you'll notice your enrollment team is just growing wide. There is no restriction to the width there. Hal got placed under Dan. Ike comes in. But look, again, Ike was enrolled by Bev, and so Ike has the hot pink dashed circle around him, and again, it's just filling to try to create a balanced team for Bev. But if you notice, Enrollment team, there is no restriction to the number of positions that are right underneath any position. Perfect binary team is limited to 2. Just always think bicycle. Two wheels, 2 sides, left, right. Bev also brings in Jan, and now Jan just goes under Bev and fills in the next available position. So hopefully that helps you understand the difference between an enrollment team and a binary team. It's really important to understand that. Your enrollment team is just the people that you bring into the business, and they bring in, and they bring in, and they bring in, whereas the perfect binary team is a fixed structure where there's only 2 positions under every other position, and there's a couple of different effects that occur from this. As your upline is bringing people into the business, there's a chance that some of their individuals they bring into the business will fall into your organization, which is a wonderful thing. That's called spillover. So that's enrollment team, perfect binary team. Director legs requirement. If you recall, we were talking about advancing to the next level, which is Director 2. And the requirement, as it's stated on the one sheet, is that you need 2 directors or 2 director legs. And what we wanted to show and explain in this, and again, some of these are advanced topics. We would highly recommend that you focus on the builder ranks and really master your business and advance to the director level. But when you're ready to advance to Director 2 and beyond, then of course these requirements become very important to you, and then you can revisit them if you're just wanting to kind of put it out of your mind for the time being. Director legs are as simple as this. It's all based on your enrollment team, and each leg that comes off of you that you have personally enrolled, doesn't matter how deep in that leg, if there is a qualified director in that leg, then that counts as a qualified director for you. So you can kind of see here in this diagram, we've highlighted in yellow the directors. These are positions that are qualified at the director level. So SA here is a senior affiliate level, and so you can see we've got directors kind of scattered through. You directly enrolled these 2 individuals right here that are only a senior affiliate. They are not a director, but you're going to see, if you recall, we said that it doesn't matter how deep within that particular leg there is a qualified director, that will still qualify as a director leg for you. So what we're going to do is just going to show you, and you can count along, the number of director legs. And maybe before I go through and show the director legs, take a second and look, and how many director legs do you think you have qualified right now? Let's see if you're right. So the first one, that's pretty easy. It's a direct to you. It's a director. Director. This is not a director, right? I don't see any directors in that leg, so that doesn't count. But now I'm up to 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Because we were saying it doesn't matter how deep. Even though you didn't enroll the director, guess what? There is a director underneath the person that you enrolled, and so that qualifies as a director leg. 7, again. Hopefully you got that number right, 7. So well, let's go look and see what rank we qualify for with 7 director legs, assuming we've met the other requirements. It looks like I'm just in between a Director 6 and a Director 8. So the Director 6 requires 6 director legs. I have 7. If I had one more, I could potentially qualify for Director 8. Enrollment team volume. That's another qualification that kicks in at the senior leadership ranks. And so senior leaders, starting with Director 6 all the way up through National Marketing Director, you'll notice that there's an enrollment team volume requirement, 5,000, 10,000. What's cool about this requirement is that this truly rewards individuals that build a strong team, a strong, wide and deep team. And again, this is a requirement that's based around your enrollment team. And so we used basically the same diagram that we had depicted on the previous slide, where we had 8 people that we had personally enrolled. The highlighted in yellow circles here represent people that you've personally enrolled that actually have other members underneath them that they've enrolled, and so on and so forth. What's unique about this requirement is that there is a restriction on it. So there's a maximum of 40% required GV from one enrollment leg. and again, you'll notice this asterisk ties directly to the chart here, that 40% of 5,000, a maximum of 40% of 5,000 can come from any one of your legs. And really, what this encourages is you to build a wide and strong team, not just one deep leg, but a nice, strong, and wide team where you've got equal distribution of volume amongst several of your enrollment team legs. And so that's really what the requirement or the restriction here is trying to encourage. So what is depicted here, these triangles represent the team underneath each one of these positions. And the writing on here, 40K, that's 40,000 in group volume under this particular enrollment team leg. This one has 15, this one has 1, and this one has 35. If I were to total all of those, I'm going to have a total of 91,000 GV in my enrollment team. Now, you may think, okay, look, I qualify instantly for regional marketing director. I don't qualify quite enough. I don't have quite enough to qualify for national marketing director. But again, you need to reflect back and remember the 40% maximum cap per leg of this volume. So that was a lot to take in. So let me go ahead and break it down for you so you can understand what that means. So with the 91,000 in total group volume, it seems like I definitely qualify for regional marketing director, not enough for national marketing director. But let's go through and see how this 40% rule applies. So this 40% is 40% of the 75,000. So what this is saying is that a maximum of 30K, which is 40% of 75,000, can come from any one leg. Uh-oh, I got two legs right here, one that's 40 and one that's 35, that exceeds that maximum cap of 30K. So hopefully you can kind of see how the restriction will kick in. So if I go ahead and click and show you kind of what the volume looks like in this enrollment team, what you're going to see here is that any legs that exceed that 40% just gets capped. So leg 1, I have 40, but it's capped at 30. So that's really what I can count towards the 75. Leg 5 right here is no problem, 15. I can count the full 15. Leg 6, I can count the full 1,000. Leg 8 does exceed the 30K cap, so it's capped as well. So if I add the 30, the 30, the 15, and the 1, guess what I have? I have 76K. So I do qualify for regional marketing director, but you'll see here how the raw total was 91,000, but based upon kind of how this requirement works, I'm actually qualified with 76,000 in group volume requirement. So now we've covered the director leg requirement and the enrollment team volume requirement. We hope you found this explanation of the qualifications of Novacera's Lifetime Rewards Plan to be highly beneficial. In the next part of this video, what we'll be covering is the plan rewards. So now you understand how you achieve the different ranks within Novacera's Lifetime Rewards Plan. In the next part of the video, we're going to dig in and show you how these qualifications have tremendous payoff in terms of lucrative rewards in our 8 ways to earn with Novacera.